Well, welcome to part 3 of my English garden bench, my memorial bench. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you've not been here before, welcome. And for those that haven't been here before, my name is Nick and this is Mokuzai Design. So, bit of a recap from part 3. I said I was going to put some oil on the slats, which I've done, as you can see. I'm quite pleased with them actually. And there's a few alterations that I'm going to do to my organic design. They relate mostly to the arms, and mostly the arms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the camera around. I've done a very loose fit, loose dry fit of the bench. I've been away for a couple of days. You won't notice that in the video because, you know, the magic of TV. But we have a camper van, which I'll show you now. And we were away, the sun was shining in the UK. It doesn't happen very often, so we shot out in the van very quickly. So I've been away for a couple of days and I had a good think through about what I wanted to do with these. It's only a minor little detail, but I'll show you in a second. Okay, let's get the camera turned around. I want to show you, as I say, it's very loose dry fit at the moment. But I want to show you what I'm going to do with these. Okay, so arms. They will be, now obviously they have got to be cut at an angle, so they will be back to about there, okay, which is where I wanted them. I'm happy with that side of it. What I'm not happy with is that the size of this compared to that is too close for comfort, even with the little taper. Now I put a little taper on the arms at the bottom, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a larger taper all the way around, making not a pyramid as such, but taking the taper back to about 3/4 of a centimetre, so that there is a little feature, if you like, underneath. And then at the back, when I cut the angle, I'll just do my normal chamfer on that, and we will see where we go with that. So that's the next job, is get the router out, make a mess. So this is what I've come up with, is the chamfer, still 45-degree chamfer, so there's the consistency, but it's a lot deeper. And now I feel, let's just get to where this will actually sit. So it'll a much more shape. Obviously the colour now is showing it up because we're going back to bare wood, but once that's stained, then it'll just give us a nice little pattern. And I have thought about it and I am happy with it, which is always a good thing. So what I should have said really when I said that I'm happy with it, used a 45-degree chamfer bit, but I didn't just go straight down to that level. What I did was I just the age-old woodworking trick of just coming down a tiny little bit until I was happy with it. Thought I should mention that really. The other thing I've done is I've put feet on the bottom of the bench, little nylon runners which are screwed in, and I've done that for all 4 legs now, so that I can just hold a tiny amount off the ground. It is going on a very small paved area down the garden, which may or may not hold water. I mean, it doesn't hold it for long, in fairness, but if it does, I just wanted that just a few millimetres, take the wood out of the water, although it'll be treated. And I think that predominantly in winter will be in a garage. It's just that little extra safeguard, isn't it? And then we can sleep at night when it's chucking it down with rain. I won't be worried about it. Oh. Okay. Next job. Get this glued to that and start the glue up process, and from there we can start resting a little bit easier over the next day or two. Now I'm going to do the glue up now. There are a few other jobs I want to do around here, not necessarily with the build, there's other few jobs, so I'm going to take that opportunity then. Oh, the other thing I need to do is need to get this piece fitted as well. I'm actually thinking of changing this piece in the center to give it more depth, but again, that's only going round in my head at the moment. There's no need to rush. The first part of the glue up is not going to involve this, so I won't need it for the moment, but it'll give me time to think about. Do you remember what I said about menial tasks, and I'm just going to clean up, the place is a mess. So menial tasks sort of help you think things through, or if you've done something wrong, put them right again. So I'm going to take my own advice and get on with some cleaning. With any excuse not to do the cleaning I'm supposed to be doing, there is something else I wanted to mention, and particularly if you are new to woodworking. I'm not new to woodworking, but I am new to YouTube, and I joined a small woodworking YouTube forum, and that's what I want to share with you today about the whole woodworking community, not just this particular forum, is the camaraderie that you can get and the support you can get from other like-minded people. I put a picture of the back of this bench up on the forum only because I thought that they were thinking I was talking about a workbench, not a garden bench, so I just wanted to clarify it. And I had some really kind comments back about the bench itself, but also I put on there the real reason as to why I'm building this for my parents-in-law, and the support is fantastic. Now, the biggest problem I see with the internet is that you can get negative comments on YouTube videos. You can perhaps get negative comments on something you put on Facebook or whatever. Avoid those people, because there are so many people out there that are like-minded, want to help, want to be helpful, and want to support you, and in return you can do the same for them. So special mentions, there's Keith at Rag and Bone Brown, Mark at Start Making, and Artisan Woodworks. Three great guys that whatever questions I've put on the forum, they haven't made me, mainly about filmmaking, but they haven't made me feel stupid. What they've done is come back with constructive advice. So thanks to them, but just something for you to bear in mind. Join like-minded, positive forums if you can, because you'll get a lot out of it, out of the community. Whilst I'm getting these glued up and clamped, you'll notice a change in the colour of the wood. That's because I'm going to give it a light sand. It's lovely actually, because it changes colour when you sand it. You can tell where you've been. Going to give it another coat of oil. Now, in some of the previous videos, I think I mentioned the word stain. It's not stain, it's oil. It's Osmo oil, hard wax oil. And one of the questions also on the forum was, what type of wood is this? And it got me to thinking, have I actually told you what type of wood it is? It's called sapele. It's from the mahogany family. The unfortunate part of, well, I think all wood is expensive nowadays. I've got to be honest with you, even a sheet of ply is outrageously expensive. But for this, I won't show you my back, but there's a scar in it where I had to sell a kidney in order to buy it. But it's a lovely wood to work from. One, as I said, it's from the mahogany family. It's a hardwood. It's great for outdoor furniture, very durable, as long as you look after it, like all products. But it also polishes up well, as in signs to a very fine finish if you're making indoor furniture with it. So it's a highly recommended wood. Okay, that's the next 2 points I wanted to share with you today. As I said, I'm still waiting. I'm doing anything to avoid this cleaning, aren't I? Okay, I'm happy with the glue up. It's all solid, it's all square. I have fitted the slats, the seat slats. I glued them in place, and then I've come along and I've screwed them all in place. I've countersunk the screws and then plugged them with the same wood. Made sure that the grain is going the same way, so when I do the final sanding and give it a coat of oil, shouldn't be able to see those. The last job will be the arms. Before that, I've got to put the belt and braces approach. I'm happy that the load bearing weight is being taken by the dominoes and the glue that I've put in. The dominoes are pretty darn chunky, so I'm happy with the weight. But as with all pieces of furniture, you're going to get a bit of racking as people use it. So I'm going to have fixings here and here, same on the back legs. I'm going to have them fitted into the back arm, and the cross brace in the middle underneath the seats there, that's also going to be done. And also the stretcher at the bottom. So they will all be screwed and glued. Now, again, all of the screws will be countersunk, all of them will be plugged in the same wood, so hopefully that will all disappear. And then the last thing will be the arms. After that, it's just a matter of getting it all sanded down. I've started in places, as you can see, very, very light sanding, very easy to do. It's just making sure, going over it with a fine-tooth comb, make sure I haven't missed any little pencil marks or little dabs of glue or something like that. And it gives me that peace of mind. And then the final oil, leave that to dry for a good 48, 72 hours. And then hopefully this will be ready by not this Sunday, but the Sunday after, which is Father's Day. Now, I do appreciate this is a gift to both my mother-in-law and father-in-law. So it's a gift for both of them, but it just seemed appropriate that Father's Day is a gift-giving day. So don't I look the comfortable one and the smug one? Okay, nowhere near finished yet. I put some fixings in here temporarily. They're sticking out at the moment. They've not been screwed in right the way through. They've not been plugged, obviously. I haven't done these as yet, nor the back legs. So basically it's finish the fixings on here, finish the fixings on the two front legs and back legs. And then over the weekend, I'm going to make a decision about whether or not I need the spacer at the bottom, the spreader at the bottom. Simply because the damn thing is absolutely solid. So I don't think there's going to be any racking. Any racking would be taken care of, I'm guessing, through the fact that this is fixed in 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 places. 6 dominoes in the sides, plus glue. And it's absolutely solid. So I don't know whether I'm going to do that yet. So fixings, sanding, fixings, that's me putting screws in, so you don't want to see that. Sanding, nobody wants to see sanding. Finishing, we've all seen what finishing looks like. So the next shot now is going to be, in about 10 seconds time, is going to be the finished bench. Still here, but finished. So the day that's finally come where I can show you the finished bench, and I've got to say I am pleased with it, and hopefully you like it too. And here it is, my idea of what is a garden bench. It's for Ron and Betty. As you can see, my parents-in-law, they don't know its existence yet, so I hope they're going to be thrilled with it. They keep asking, oh, what are you doing down the workshop and what projects are you working on? They keep on asking all these questions, and I try to lead them off on a tangent, not to give the game away. But I want to tell them something, so I do mention things, but otherwise they'll think, oh, what's he up to? But I hope they'll be pleased with it. My partner's given it her stamp of approval, so I'm pleased with that, because if nothing else, she's honest, so if it wasn't right, she would have told me by now. It is comfortable. It's turned out the way that I want it to. So please leave a comment and tell me what you think of it. I will be pleased. I've got thick skin sometimes. I'll probably end up crying. But if you've got something to tell me, please tell me. I don't mind. Constructive criticism is always welcome.